Bubble builds are one of my favorite types of things in Crab Champions, the awesome crab shooter roguelike. And I created a gun that shot not only bubbles, but massive fire bubbles at that. We added some other insane enhancements to it, and it just got very, very crazy. So I think you guys are going to enjoy, and let's just jump in. So we're rocking the auto rifle and the katana and the grenade launcher, and we're going to start with a legendary of square shot, chance to just shoot in a square formation, which is pretty cool. Not necessarily the best for the auto rifle, but it depends on what else we get. If we get some, you know, status effects or whatever. But always nice starting off with a legendary. Been a bit since we've played some Crab Champions. As always, glad to be back. And I think we have 4 weapons left that we're trying to beat Prismatic on every single thing. Heal when damaging enemies. That is a great start. And you know what? Bouncing shot. This could be an interesting bouncing build here. And I kind of want to... Let's see. Can we get a upgrade on the legendary already? That'd be pretty crazy. Let's see. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. But yeah, as we always talk about, been keeping my eye out on the beta branch, just patch notes anyways. And I think... Can't remember. The beta branches are now being called like booster pack betas or something. So I think we have the theming for the next update. We'll have to see if we get Prismatic before the new update or something. But very excited about that. Okay, there we go. Wow. So we upgraded the legendary already. We have a 15% chance to fire in a square formation, which is pretty cool. Let's try to go damage with this. I don't know. A lot of elemental effects could be good too, with the amount of shots that we're doing. I don't really know what we're gonna. Oh geez, what we're gonna get into. Okay, let's not die. That would suck. I gotta remember my training. Also, my foot pedal that I've used forever has died, and so I keep trying to sprint with it. I need to move the foot pedal away. My muscle memory is trying to utilize it. I need to use just the shift bar. Okay. Not liking my damage right now. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get through this elite pumpkin. Totally. Now, the good thing is we have insanely good healing already, right? We don't have any stupid just like, oh, heal at the start of a wave or get a little bit of healing. Like, no, we just heal as we're dealing damage, not even as we kill, as we deal damage, which is probably some of the best consistent healing you can get. Because sometimes if you have healing on kill can be good, but when you only have healing on kill, sometimes elite fights can be bad. It still took a very long time to handle that. Done some melee builds recently. Shots do more damage for each shot fired until stopping fire. It's like, do I want crit? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to be weird and do a spike chest early on, lose 25% of our max HP for an epic. I just want some direction, and health is important. It very much is, but I never take spike chests, and I feel like this could be the one opportunity to do it early on in a run, because yeah, you lose a lot of your max HP, and I think that'll be okay. Now, I do think if we zoom in, I think the square is a little bit tighter. I'm not 100% sure. We need more oomph here on Prismatic difficulty. Okay. Rip TTG foot button. I know, I gotta figure it out. Okay. So we lost 57 max HP. Ooh! Let's go bubble shot. I haven't got to do bubbles shots in a while. It's one of my favorites, honestly. And let's go for elemental too. Maybe luck could have been good, but... So we're going to spawn bubbles sometimes as we shoot people. And those just do a lot of damage. It's really good against elites. We're going to create a bubble gun. Always love a good bubble gun. And honestly, it's been a while since we've done a bubble gun. So... I don't know. It's one of my favorite types of upgrades. It's always crazy starting out. I kind of understand that now. The more that we've talked about and know that eventually randomized biomes will be going away in the near future, I'm kind of starting to understand like why we wouldn't just want to always start in lava. Like once again, always nice for variety, but I think theming wise makes it a bit hard that we're just starting out on this, right? Heal on damage is always great. That's why I often pack Mad Milk as Scout in TF2. It's very funny to hit people with non-milk white liquids. I don't like the way you said that. Okay, we'll get Fire Shot. Yeah, no, I actually was playing some TF2 last night. That was technically Team Fortress Classic. And only played that for a little bit, but Team Fortress goated. Okay, let's hurt ourselves for money. Hurt ourselves for money. Okay, we could enhance the bubbles. More totems spawn. More damage for health. Enemies take a burst of damage when ignited. I think we're doing fire bubbles. So sure, hot steam, magnify. I want to enhance, but block chance incoming damage. Mag size. Okay, wait a minute. Big mag, because we have damage increase for each shot fired, and now for each bullet remaining in the magazine. So there's a couple things I think our build is going to try to do. The problem is our health is still abysmal. But we're going to try to do bubbles, fire, and big mag. We'll see how that goes. Also, speaking of abysmal, shout out to, if you like FPS roguelikes, by the time this video comes out, I believe the first video of our co-op Abyssus gameplay. I've had a lot of people that like Crab Champions recommend Abyssus and FPS. Oh gosh, roguelite that takes place like in an underwater civilization, and we did a fun co-op build with that, or run with that. Filmed 2 videos. So first should be out by the time this video's out. So if you're looking for more shooter shenanigans, I guess this is a third-person shooter, but yeah, Abyssus was really fun. I really liked it. We did a turret build, the second video, after we unlocked the turret, and you can imagine how much I enjoyed that. I'm very interested if turrets are going to get reworked again in this game at all. Okay. So we got a key that we salvage. That was Elite 1. Okay, melee ignites enemies. We're doing the fire bubbles. That kind of works. And I just really don't want to die, but I think armor's not going to be worth much, so I'll just take block chance increased. 165 max HP is horrible. Like, we could lose the run immediately, so okay, I need to move the foot pedal away. I am instinctively trying to use the foot pedal. I've got like over 100 hours of gameplay muscle memory with the foot pedal. I wonder if people watching the videos back and forth will be able to see just less movement. Like, am I just going to inherently have less movement? I'm trying, but love the Rap Assassin plus Mad Milk. Yeah, the Mad Milk I don't ever use too often. I always like the either the things that give you like double or triple jump. I think that's one of the bats though. What do I use? I use on the secondaries a lot of times either the pistol that heals you or yeah, some of the cans to get like you drink it for some mini crits or whatever. Okay, shots do more damage for each shot fired until stopping fire, and we definitely want a health chest. That's the most important thing here. I do not want to get one shot. I've got a build that I can appreciate. The good thing is if we take a little bit of damage, we're obviously losing max HP every time we take damage, as that is part of the difficulty modifiers here. But at least we can heal up a lot of what's going on. My foot pedal died. I don't know. I restarted my computer right before this stream. I did a good content creator thing. So, I don't know. Probably, that's always like the #1 troubleshooting. Just need to try it again. Wasn't going to make everybody on the stream wait a bit. So, I'm having to hold shift on the keyboard to sprint and slide all around. It's horrible. Max health goes up every one shot. I'm never going to get that. Let's just do block chance. Man, I need some max HP. We're going to go for a relic here. There's a max HP rock over there. At least we've got bubbles here. Bubbles and fire helping with elites. Just, man, I miss this game and this music every time it's like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I know it's been a while since last episode. We're just waiting on the new update, and we did put out a 12-hour Crab Champions Time to Sleep video of like some of the best, most broken runs in the last like couple months. With especially edited audio to fall asleep to. So I think that's our 3rd Time to Sleep video on the Time to Sleep playlist. That was fun, but... Okay, let's get some max health. We're gonna go from 165. It's gonna literally like double our health. Okay, we gained about 100 max HP from that rock, which we only had 165, so that was really good. Usually play on 10x servers because they're extra silly. Watch out for kunai spies, M2 pyros. Yeah, I used to play on 10x servers. Those are always fun, where they they increase every stat by 10%, which is, or most of them, which is fun. Those you guys don't know. Okay, epic chests go to legendary when I flawlessly clear. Let's say armor if I have no armor, and we'll look for another relic. There we go. That'll help us keep us alive a bit. Wife and I are grinding out emerald right now. Nice. Wish y'all luck. I think that's the one under emerald, right? No, diamond. I think it, or is it emerald, then diamond, and then prismatic? I don't even remember. But that's like, I think if you're looking for the most amount of content from this game, unless you're just like a god tier gamer and you want the hardest difficulty to begin with, I think the most fun way to play this game is like doing what it sounds like y'all are doing, where it's like beat every weapon on the lowest difficulty, then you get all the badges, then you beat all the weapons on the higher difficulty, and just keep going one up until you're on prismatic. That's a fun way to get a lot of content out of this game. I'm gonna say chests contain more loot choices. No healing, barrel rain, starfish party, but 2 health chests. I want to make the game harder too. Why not? Okay. No way this is a throw. I've got an armor, right? I've got an armor. It's emerald, then ruby, then diamond. Gotcha. And then prismatic. Yeah, 10x servers are 10x, not 10%. That wouldn't be that much. That would be a pretty boring server. Every server's increased by just 10%. It's the JoJo music. Speaking of JoJo music, Steel Ball Run Episode 2 still has not come out. And I'm upsetty weddy. Oh, that did so much damage to me. I lost all my armor and took some damage there. Been hot on the luck portal, double and triple shot rule. Yeah, I feel like I need to take luck portals more often, honestly. Like, it never is specifically what I'm trying to do the build for, unless we're doing like infinite totems like we did recently, but they're just good in general, honestly. I need to take them more. You ever play The Isle? I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. What is that? Heal start of every island. We're looking for max HP. There we go. Max HP goes up every island. And max health multiplier increased. Okay. So I could upgrade. Max health increased every island. Enemies take damage when on fire. And then honestly, yeah, we're going to take Silver Lining. Damage increased every time I take damage greater than 5% of max health. I could buy that again. What I think I want to do instead is upgrade bubbles. I think the fire bubbles are going to be the plan here. Okay. Steel Ball Run is animated. Finished manga. Now I'm in part 8. Part 8's fucked up, not going to lie. Yeah, no spoilers on it, which not that you were. Just always got to say that, you never know. Episode 1 of Steel Ball Run has been animated for like the last several months. And then for the longest time, they just weren't announcing when the Steel Ball Run would actually come out. So I think it's later this year is when this anime actually starts. But I just, I don't know. I have a hard time. I haven't read a book or manga in a very long time. I need to, but no, the manga is very good. Got a friend that's the person that got me into JoJo when I was a kid. Has read all of the manga that exists or whatever. Okay, took some damage. A lot of the max health that we got was just future max health gains, right? It's every island. Oh man, it's crazy how much harder it is for me not having this foot pedal. get it done. At least we have good, consistent healing. That's our saving grace here. Okay. See, I can still do parkour. Hardcore parkour. Hardcore parkour. Oh, no. Hardcore parkour does not include me getting stuck. Oh my gosh. Okay, one elite down. It's always so hard at first to get a build going. I feel like the first two first two biomes tend to be some of the harder. Oh gosh! I got body slammed and lost almost all of my health. Now that is increasing our damage. I don't want to die here. I really like the build. No. Don't sit on me. You're not my fiance. Okay. My damage sucks so bad. Even with an upgraded bubbles. I need to get some enhancement on the bubbles, honestly. That would help out. Once again, just so thankful that I am not... Oh, okay. Well, he died from going out of bounds, I guess. So I'm okay with that. But we need some enhancements on the bubbles. There we go. Gosh. The Isle is a game where you grow a dino. Survive till you're big. Every dino's... Oh, is it like a survival crafting game but with dinos? Sounds interesting. Okay. Have fun with your One Piece. That's it. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Bubbles. There we go. More bubbles. We have level 3 bubbles. And max health every island. Okay. We have 3 instances of max health every island. That should be good here in a bit. We're getting armor per island. Yeah, One Piece. I need to watch season 2 of the live action of One Piece. I think we've talked about it before, but I tried to watch... I watched like the first 55 episodes of One Piece. I did it way back in the day, so my friend would have to watch Evangelion. That was like a trade we did. That's one of my favorite anime. And I love the characters and the world in One Piece. It is paced so bad. It is so bad. It is like the worst paced anime I've ever seen in my life. Arguably worse than Naruto. That's the other one that's horrible for me. They spend fucking 7 episodes on a bridge talking to each other. And so I couldn't watch any more One Piece. But I very much enjoy the Life Piece 1 action. Because it's One Piece, but paced well. I know there's one pace, but I've heard things bad about that too. We're going to go ahead and take Sharp Shot. This is a flat damage up, really good early on. And I'm going to take another health chest just to kind of solidify. But gaining, I'm assuming we're gaining 75 max HP. Every island, we'll have to look here. But I think we're kind of starting to stabilize here, hopefully. Game does not have crash. Hey, that's a plus for me. Yeah, I just cannot get into survival crafting games. I know that there's a bunch of people wanting me to play Pal World. I think I saw like that game got 40 million players recently. Kind of crazy. Good damage, more health I have. Sure, we'll take one of those. And you know what? We'll do a luck chest. We said we would. Here we go. We all know the best anime ever is Darling in the Franxx. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're bringing that up because we've talked about it before, but that anime, I hate that anime so bad. Because all it did was it is a knockoff, in my opinion, and I'm biased because Neon Genesis Evangelion is one of my favorite anime of all time. But all it did was take Neon Genesis Evangelion and add more creepy anime young people weirdness in it. I don't know how to put it. Besides, there's a lot of anime that is very unbelievably uncomfortable and creepy about minors. So it took Evangelion, which arguably already has some weird scenes, cranked up the weirdness. And I normally like weirdness. I do not like that type of weirdness. And yeah, Darling in the Franxx Horrible, horrible, horrible anime. Okay. Chance to gain ammo. There's double shot, but I think we want chance to gain ammo when dealing damage, as that is part of our build. And I think we'll go for elemental here. A little bit more damage. I bring up Franks every few months. Okay, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. I was like, I don't think that was just a random bringing up. I felt that there was some history. It's always hard to remember. I like action roguelikes, like Crab Champions, even Abyssus, but I always find it evolves to just jumping and shooting. Well, the shooting, I mean, the shooting, absolutely. I would expect every shooting roguelike to have shooting. Jumping, I can understand. There a lot of roguelikes very much enjoy replayability, and in terms of when you're having to dodge a million attacks, you know, that's why I've got a foot pedal for this game that unfortunately does not work right now. But, you know, I feel like that's a lot of shooting games. Like, it is kind of funny. The meme is for shooting game players, verticality, like, and people do not know how to look up, right? So, like, if you're playing, I remember back when we played Friends versus Friends, the 1v1 or whatever, 2v2, like, deck building shooter, just jumping, dude. People don't know how to look up. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but there's definitely some that don't have as many jumping, I would say. I do tend to play a lot of those movement ones. Thoughts on Fairy Tail? I think that's an anime. I haven't seen that one though. I don't actually know. I got no opinions on that. At least first-hand opinions. Okay, we're gonna take Fire Aura, ignite and damage nearby enemies every few seconds. And let's do a gauntlet. I think I want some more power here. So we have no healing. We're going to get a legendary. Ooh. That's an anime lol. Well, I'm assuming it was a manga too. That's like, what is that like? I don't even know. I've just heard my friends talk about the anime of that several times. Okay, poisonous enemies, but we'll get more crystals. Sounds good. The second we lose this armor, I'll stop the gauntlet. We already got a legendary. I feel like your movement is a little jerky without the foot pedal. Yeah, because the foot pedal, I'm like constantly dashing. And maybe that's a testament to, you know, the complaints of there's too much movement or whatever in games like this. Because, yeah, I'm just literally, I don't want to kill my pinky. So if I want to dash as much as I do with the foot pedal, I got to have my freaking pinky on shift almost permanently, right? And so I'm just not doing it as much. Okay, random rarity pickup, but twinned enemies. I can handle this, right? No healing poisonous enemies, twinned enemies. I can definitely handle it. I think I'm curious if something like Aura Shot would be good, because the square shot is good. I just don't know how good it is on a auto rifle when the projectiles are really small. So hyped for Gungeon 2. I have heard about that. Enter the Gungeon 2. I never beat Enter the Gungeon, but it was a very good game. I'm definitely excited to try out Enter the Gungeon 2 when it comes out. I'm sure we'll definitely check it out on the channel. Is there a release date for it? Okay, I think we're gonna call it here. So what are we getting? Spike strike. Shots cause spikes to erupt from the ground. Can't complain about that. Big bones! Max health and global damage multiplier increased, but we grow larger. I'm fine with that. And some money. Okay. It is 2026. Soon TM. Interesting. I was very hype. We're going to gamble. We're going to gamble. We're going to gamble. We're going to gamble. Maybe I'm done gambling. It increased our silver lining damage. Orbiting shot, time explosion. Enemies take damage when ignited. Fire aura. And I'll take an X shot as well. Just. That's a good meme. Okay, whatever. This is fine. This is fun. So obviously, we've got one more biome after this to win the game, except obviously prismatic. We gotta loop twice. I'm just scared where the enemies are. You never want to be, focusing on one and then you just get aggressively backshot by a skull. Never a fun time. What's changing with crabs in the update? Well, so we've been talking about it last couple episodes. This is, I think, the longest there has ever been without an update to Crab Champions. But I think it's going to be a big one. Like, a lot of things that we've talked about where there's going to be less enemies and less projectile spam, but harder enemies, maybe. And I believe a lot of visual changes, a lot of difficulty changes. It's you know, we described this update as like Crab Champions 2.0 that we've been on for almost a year. Really seems like this next Crab Champions update is going to be like Crab Champions 3.0. I think there's, what's it called? It's going to be called the Booster Pack update or something. I don't know, allegedly. So we'll have to see, but I'm excited. And Arcane Blast, Survivor, Maze Shot, Juiced. Oh, wait a minute. I know we're not doing much of ability, but we gotta, if we're landing into the fire bubbles, let's go ahead and get bubbles on our grenade as well. I do really want to enhance these, though. Block chance increased. And I did see the Dungeon Crawlers getting some new characters, which is hype, because I believe we've officially played every single character in our Dungeon Crawler series. Very, very fun. That was Dungeon Crawler 1.0. Very, very fun. Hype to see what gets added. Ooh. Just casually gonna get a bomb shot? Okay. So we've got Spike Strike and bombs now. Interesting. Okay. We'll look through the greed chests. It's hard to play this game and be in a bad mood. Not that I was in a bad mood before, but just I think this is a game that is probably impossible to stay being in a bad mood if you play it. Global damage multiplier increased, more enemies spawn. Max health multiplier increased, so is enemy health. Outgoing inning. Okay, we'll take global damage multiplier increase, but more enemies spawn, because that's theoretically just more money. And I'll go economy chest here. Really want some enhancements, though. Okay, these spike strikes and the bombs definitely giving us the damage that we been so desperately needing. We already killed the elite, which is pretty hype. Also, let me make sure we're on max settings. Yeah, or for the most part. I know we always in our intense episodes lower the graphics. Oh, there was a totem back there. Rip. What'd we get? Okay, paycheck, gain crystals every island. It's a good investment. And random chest. Demolition, we have bombs and we have spike strikes. We're not only relying on fire. Normally when you only rely on elemental, these nests can be a bit hard to deal with. But we've got a very diverse build. First got this game 2 years ago. Wife hated the look of it, graphics-wise, but when the last major update dropped, played it, and she liked the look of it. Yeah, there's going to be even more visual improvements here in the big next update, so it should just keep getting better and better and better. Really want some of this fire, but honestly, I'm going to take Crimson Haze. Hard to pass up Crimson Haze. That creates a short-lived damaging zone when we kill enemies. And there's an anvil. This is how we will enhance some of our items. And by some of our items, I mean Bubble Shot. Very, very excited for the new era of Crab Champions when it comes out in 2030. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Dude, that's so good. The fire aura, the crimson haze. We're starting to get to the point where enemies just spawn and die. Okay, electrifying, growing, orbiting. I'll do electrifying to... No, I'll do growing to bubble shot. I'm curious to see how that goes. Okay, base max health goes down, but we got paycheck. More crystals every island. Fire strength increased. Yes, please. Do I take another fire aura? I kind of want to lean into the bubble stuff more. Like, these are fire things, but I want the bullets. There we go. More bubble shot. Okay, a lot of stuff I want here. Let's... You know what? I don't need block chance. Totally. We'll sell that so I can buy... I think I want juiced really bad. You know what? Let's get rid of bouncing shot. Don't think we need bouncing shot. Let's get juiced. And targeting shot could be nice, but we'll worry about that later. I think this is solid. Bubbles are cooking now. They are. Yeah, now especially. Bubbles are growing and 19% chance for a bubble with 150%. Oh, those bubbles are huge. Oh my gosh, actually. Oh, I didn't realize how big those were going to be. That is sick. Okay. Okay. I need to play more Isaac. Isaac, great game. Okay, so we got to get through this shield. That'll always be a bit hard to deal with. But in general, the fire's a lot stronger. The bubbles are a lot bigger. How could we lose? And we just don't have... Oh, gosh. I don't even remember what we sold. And so this is the final boss of Loop 1. Which is why it's taken us a little bit longer here. We need more fire strength. We also need more... I don't think we have much... I think we only have one level of fire shot. So I definitely want to get more fire shot, and I want to get more enhancements for the bubble shots, in particular, hoping for, obviously, something that would add fire to the bubbles themselves. Okay. Just got one more... giant ant. Now, the only time I think these bubbles are going to be worse is if they are moving a lot, because I think the downside to big bubbles was they move a bit slower. But for a lot of elites and stuff like that, that's probably fine. There we go. I think the only thing now is an unreasonable amount of attack speed. Yeah, definitely want more, which is why I sold so much to get, what is it called? Juiced, because that gives us damage, fire rate, and reload speed. Okay, what legendary are we getting? Firestorm or Fireball Shot? Ooh, let's do Fireball Shot. And max health every island, and we will loop-de-loop and pull because our shoes are looking cool, and that is what one must do if we want a prismatic win. We got to do it all over again. Do you play with viewers? Would love to have a chance to play with you. Yeah, we definitely do sometimes. I have found that the multiplayer videos for Crab Champions don't do as well. I think people just, maybe they get a little bit too crazy or whatever, unless it's like a collab with stuff like that. We'll do Sharp Shot and enhancements. But we do sometimes on our community game wheel. I think we've actually done multiplayer Crab Champions. We try to do the community game wheel about once or twice a month on some Thursdays. I think we're going to try to do it tomorrow for those of y'all live. And that's where we just small little thank you to everybody helping support the channel monetarily. Put all those names on a wheel, play some viewer requested games. I think last community game wheel we played Yap Yap. with viewers. I think the recording got corrupted, but it's still on the VOD. So definitely sometimes. I'm just always about balancing everything, right? Especially, it's crazy, but like now that I've got editors on payroll, I have to like really focus on balancing what everybody wants to enjoy versus what us in the community. But I'm still trying to do community game wheel streams once or twice a month to keep up that good old community feel. Okay, increases damage but starts slow, accelerates over time, bouncing. I guess we'll do accelerating on the bubbles. And burning ground, shrapnel, heavy crab, but elemental chests. Sure, I can handle that, right? Who needs a minigun when you can just make one? Exactly. Got my own little fire bubble minigun. What's not to love? Because yeah, we have been, part of this build has been trying to increase the ammo, and then we are increasing the damage that we have. Oh my gosh! We're about to lose the game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These challenges, man. Oh my gosh! There's fire on the ground. I am slow as fuck. And enemies have been blowing up. Oh my gosh. I do not want to lose the run the second we get into loop 2. That would suck. Oh my gosh. Please, 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 please. That was close. That was close. I too have lost the game. I get it. What happened to Neon Abyss 2? Are you done covering it? Yeah, we were making videos on it every time it got an update or things like that. And videos just started to do okay, you know? They weren't bombing or anything, but just wasn't like the most popular stuff. And also, I kind of had a weird interaction with the devs. I'm not even going to lie. And it's totally an egotistical thing on my part. Let me see real fast. Fire strength increased. And fire strength increased. And we'll do more elemental here. So the devs or the community manager reached out to me on Twitter and was like, hey, thank you so much for covering the game. We really appreciate it. You know, is it okay if we use some clips, you know, of your videos, you know, and streams for our social media? I was like, absolutely. Let me know if there's anything you could, you know, anything I can help with. And then I shot my shot, right? I was like, you know, hey, I've got this item, the Rainbow Leaf item. I've added in a lot of games, or indie devs have, you know, like our, you know, I got some ideas how it could work in Neon Abyss 2, whatever. No response. Like, literally zero response. And I'm not saying it is warranted an response, but I'm just saying I did not initiate the conversation, right? So, like, someone talks to me. I respond, and then follow up with further conversation, and zero response. So it's just a little bit weird. Once again, purely egotistical from my point of view, but everything combined, it's just like, I just don't have as much motivation to play it. I still really enjoy it. There's a lot of YouTubers that hate that game. I like that game a lot. I probably will still play it when it officially comes out or whatever, but pure ego on that one. I can't really deny. Okay, fire strength up even more, which is great. Let's do money here. Has hiring an editing team made your life better? Oh my gosh, infinitely better. It's crazy, and I feel so privileged to the point that we've been able to get to this point, right, after 12 years, 11 years of making videos on YouTube. And I still only am probably paying editors for an equivalent of, between the two editors, it's probably just like 15 to 20 hours of work. And I am giving up about a third to a half of my income from YouTube, because it's still not a whole lot. on that. So there's a little bit of monetarily, I would say I'm a lot more stressed. We had small things like, I mean, but money's expensive for everyone. It's a hard time for everyone. Like my fiance, what didn't work for 10 weeks because she had surgery on her foot, and we found out that apparently we didn't have short-term disability on her health insurance. So she literally got nothing, and like while she wasn't working. And then on top of that, we get a bill for $2,000 or $3,000 saying, oh yeah, this is what you owe on the health insurance because you weren't working and it only comes out of your paycheck. So that element of things has gotten more stressful than they normally would be, but I have gained 15 to 20 hours of my life back a week. A little bit less because I'm still training up the editors and things like that. Man, not working 80 hours a week anymore like I've been doing for the last 2-3 years has been very good for my mental health, I will say. And I feel like it shows in the content. I can put more love in the content and put out more bigger edited videos like I'm working on soon, and just more content. So definitely a risky part of this transition period, but definitely I think worth it. I got a Cure Leaf and Brotato last night, and my god... you got our Leaf. In Brotato last night. My god, your item is busted. Yeah, Rainbow Monstera and Brotato. Depends on when you find it, right? Like a lot of games. If you can find my Rainbow Leaf item in most games early on in a run, better than later. But if you're going endless and stuff like that, that's really good too. Okay, fire rate increased. And honestly, more crystals drop when we kill enemies. And then let's upgrade, honestly, Fire Shot. Just a small, cheap upgrade, a little bit more fire. Speaking of which, there's a game. When its big update comes out, we will have another Rainbow Monstera Leaf item in another game. Goodbye, Elite. For those of you guys that, it's a very different game from Crab Champions, but roguelike though. Winnie's Hole is a Winnie the Pooh kind of horror roguelike where you play as a virus taking control of Winnie the Pooh. And goodbye, Elite. And let's just say when the next major update comes out, which we've been waiting for a while, I'm gonna be getting all up in Winnie's Hole with that leaf. Which I think the last game that added our leaf was, I want to say Die in the Dungeon. Oh, okay. Well, now we're jumping off the cliff. Luckily, we have different rules than the enemies. Just getting the feeling the grind was getting to you. It was, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I would never let it get to me to the point of quitting. As I've said, I think in a recent Peglin video, it's like I see these stupid motivational TikToks, but they're so true to how I feel about YouTube, where it's like, if you want to be successful in life or with anything, you need to be so goddamn delusional that, like, you think it's literally impossible for you to not succeed. So I've always been like that. I'm always like, I will do YouTube until I'm fucking 80 if that's what it takes to get big, right? So I would have made it work, but I'm not going to lie. It was really bad. And I think the hardest thing was, let me check chess before we keep yapping. Let's get Crimson Haze, more of those AoE things when we kill people. And more health multiplier gained us about 400 max HP in that moment. I think the hard part was I had several IRL friends that I really wanted to to come along with me on this journey. Like, I have a lot of friends, as an example, that work like overnight shifts or whatever, and like where they only have like 2 hours of work in an 8-hour shift, and so like for me, I'm always like, man, like this is the time. If I'm gonna blow up, it's gonna fucking happen. Like if y'all want on the gravy train, this is it. Like I need help so bad. And I had a couple friends that seemed interested, and it was like trying to make things work and things like that. But God, dude, it is hard. It is hard. We'll take flat shot and we'll go to an anvil. It is very hard to mix business and friends. because it's like, you know, every time I'm like telling one of my friends like, hey, could you re-edit this video or could you make these changes? It's hard to like not feel like an asshole, but like at a certain point, like I know what's best with the editing, you know? And so I for a really long time, for several months, just really wanted to make it work. Wanted to see if I could give any of my friends this opportunity. And just unfortunately, it just didn't work out with anyone. And then so that's when I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the internet and stereotypical asked on Twitter and vetted through all of the awesome people that reached out and picked 2 awesome people that I'm really happy with. And still learning process, training process, all of that stuff, but I'd say I'm in a lot better of a position than I was a couple months ago. Also, finally, flaming enhancement on the bubble shot is exactly what we wanted. So that is hype. And we'll do another upgrade. I found your channel from the Winnie's Hole videos. Excited to see more coverage. Yeah, that is a game I am just waiting for the new update. Devs even kind of asked me like my opinion on for that game, like, oh, we're putting out this update, it's kind of revamping and reworking a lot of the features in this game and stuff like that. Like, do you think we should put this update out really fast or should we wait until we have like another area? And I was just like up front, I was like, I think the biggest thing the game needs is it to be longer. The game is way too short. The second you get fun builds in that game, the run is over. Game needs to be longer. I was like, delay it until you can put out a artificial looping feature like Crab Champions or another act. And I don't know what they are going to be doing. I think I put a decent idea of the looping feature in as a band-aid fix for not having a lot of acts right now. I don't really know exactly what is going to happen. We'll see. But regardless, when that game gets updated, you can bet your ass we're going to be jumping back into Winnie's Hole. We'll get some more fire rate here. And we'll do luck. Okay. Recently had a Hail Mary shout out to a cruise liner company. Go work there thinking there's no way. And now you start on the 19th. Nice! Yeah, you got to just shoot your shot. That's one thing, right? Is a lot of people will like almost screw themselves over. You know, they'll be like, oh, there's you know, exactly like, oh, no way I could get this done, or what's the chance, right? It's like, why not? Also, am I about to die? We're struggling very badly. Let's not lose the run. God. I just don't think I'm as broken as I think I am. Or maybe we just need more armor or health. I don't know. I also definitely need more healing. Once you're on the later loop, these enemies do so much damage to you. But yeah, you gotta shoot your shot and everything in life. You gotta advocate for yourself, everything like that. Gotta respect devs who listen to the actual players. Yeah, no, exactly. It is cool also with Winnie's Hole in particular. They've, a lot of the new perks and items and things have kind of been like designed by people that have played the game a lot. I think there's a balancing act too. Sometimes you can listen to players whining too much and kind of overcorrect because, you know, you always gotta remember. I've actually seen it happening in the Crab Champions Discord. You know what? Let's do chance to fire in a double shot formation. No, it's not worth 4K. I'll just do efficient ammo. And we'll do economy. But I've actually seen the conversation playing out in the Crab Champions Discord where we go several months without beta or without updates, right? But the beta patch has been getting updated the entire time. And Noise Storm is taking feedback very heavily from these players that have like 4,000 hours in the game, right? So then, you know, they want the game to be harder. So then, you know, it's easy, I think, to just listen too hard to the vocal minority, right? Okay, well, game got made harder, right? Oh, well, turns out that 99% of the players playing this game now think the game is too hard, right? And now he's got to actually pull back. I think some similar things like that happened in the recent update or 2 updates ago. I don't really remember. But it's like, so it's like same thing. Like if you go on like Reddit as an example of any video game, like live service game especially, you know, and an update happens and you'll hear nothing but bitching and whining and complaining. And I think there's a nuanced reason why. We'll go ahead and take, at this point we'll say shop prices are discounted. Because on one hand, it's you know, first of all, you only have the vocal minority. 99.9% of players for a video game will not be on Reddit. They will just be playing the game and enjoying it themselves with their friends and never say anything to anyone, besides how they personally feel, and then they quit when they, you know. So there's that, and I don't remember the other thing I was going to talk about. It'll probably come back to me, but it is a balancing act for sure. That's for sure the hardest part of being a game dev, tuning the balance for newcomers and veterans, impossible to please everyone. Yeah, that's why I think what Crab Champions does with the different medals is a very good way to handle it, I think. Or like ascension levels you grind and stuff like that. Okay, level up Bubble Shot. Level up Fire Strength. Ooh. I do kind of want an enhancement though, but I don't know. Let's Sharp Shot, Sharp Shot, Sharp Shot, Sharp Shot, Sharp Shot. A lot of flat damage up. Common fire rate increased. Sharp Shot. Fire Strength, Fire Strength. Oh, no. We need to sell stuff to get this Fire Strength up. What do we not need? I don't need, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of Spike Strike and Bomb Shot. This is really risky, but I'm doing it to indicate that I truly am a fire build. Fire Strength, Fire Strength, Fire Strength, Fire Strength. So we now have 300% Fire Strength. That's probably good. Okay, let's get this done. I just sold 2 of my legendary weapon modifiers, which were helping me a lot. So we'll see if that was worth it or if that was a throw. Got quite a lot of big fire bubbles, though. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about with feedback, it was something I kind of noticed when I started getting back into Brawl Stars, which I'm already almost maybe starting to fall off of Brawl Stars again, but I got re-addicted back into it for the last several months, just as a casual game, mobile, you know. When I started playing, they reintroduced a brand new kind of mechanic slash monetization slash progression system called buffies. So when you have your characters maxed, now they're starting to drop buffies, and they're like claw machine things, and they're little ways to for them to rework all of the characters, but have a new, I don't know, monetization progression system. And mechanically, I think it's great, but they had to, like, their excuse is it was like this big pay-to-win feature at first that you theoretically could grind for, but it was very expensive. And they're like, well, we always know that they're, like, it always feels like game devs, it's always about outraging the players to an outrageous degree and then pulling it back, right? And knowing that you were going to pull back to begin with, but you need to allow players to feel like they're venting frustrations, and then you listen to feedback, even when half the time that's calculated, probably by a legal / monetization team. They know, hey, we're going to make this super pay to win, people are going to bitch and complain, and then we're going to pull it back a little bit or say how we're going to give everyone more resources, and it's all part of the plan. And it's a very interesting game of cat and mouse that most live service games, I don't want anything to do with that, do constantly. And it is kind of weird. That, like, psychologically, it just feels like players are treated like cattle. And they know the cattle are going to get upset. So they have to, like, do a fake upsetting thing and pull back. It's very weird. But it was just, I wanted to make a video on it somehow, and I just never got to it in Brawl Stars. Also, more crystals, sure. But yeah, that's just kind of another interesting thing I've been seeing. Also, max health multiplier, almost at 4K. Yeah, I never throw video games, exactly. I'm glad everybody had faith in me. I say as I blow up an explosive barrel in my face. 100% calculated by some marketing financial department rather than the devs. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and when I say devs, obviously, yeah, it's never like the individual devs' faults, but also at a certain point, I think a lot of game companies also, like, hide behind that a little bit too much. Where it's like, oh, don't get angry, you know, it's not the devs' fault. It's like, okay, like, who can I get mad at? Who am I allowed to get mad at when you guys are, like, releasing these horrible fucking things, right? I know it's the legal / publishers, like, whatever, fire shot. But very interesting game of kind of cat and mouse. Okay, we'll do a mag shot. And I want more enhancements for the bubble shot. We need to make these fire bubbles even more crazy. Which, them taking 300% fire damage, I feel like we're cooking now. I really do. I'm still getting hit like a truck sometimes, though. I mean, that time I think I had a bunch of poison on me, which was making me take more damage. Treating people, players like cattle? In my opinion, that needs to get purged from all gaming, all entertainment, and all human culture in general. Yeah, that is kind of just a humanity thing, right? Or capitalism thing. I don't know. I don't know what we want to blame it on, but it's a very wide encompassing thing. You know what? I will even. It's hard not to when the bottom line is money, right? And once again, I will tell on myself. I'm totally transparent and honest with you guys. I have a hard time sometimes. You know, whenever like someone's like, oh, what happened to Neon Abyss 2? As an example, someone asked earlier, right? It's like, oh, well, nobody watched those videos anymore. Nobody really cared. But then, like, how does that make the individual that just asked that question? Am I nobody? What do you mean? I'm somebody. I enjoyed the video. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not trying to mean it like that, but I'm trying to make this a job. I need money, right? You're like, whatever, you know. And it's hard not to when you're talking about certain things like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's, you know, not that. It's just hard. It's hard. Depends on what goals are and stuff. Okay, triple enhancement, legendary enhancement on these bubbles shot is gonna be so freaking hot. Fuck the bottom line. Profit motive needs to die. Well, that's the thing too, because there is a difference. Maybe I'm just being biased towards myself. But yeah, I think what PPAP Dev said is exactly what I was about to say. It's the fact that numbers must grow for damage numbers, profits, stakeholder value, exactly. Like, for me... oh gosh. For me, I just don't want to fucking die. But, like, you know, what happened to just, like, making a profit so your employees could all live, right? But it is, like, in the era of shareholders and corporate greed, and it's like, yeah, you need never-ending profits. You need exponential money. Your company needs to not only be making money, and it not only needs to be making more money, but it needs to be making exponentially more money. Constantly, never-ending. It's like insane. I'm just trying, my bare bones minimum is like, okay, let me start bringing in a comfortable amount of money, maybe a little bit more than that. I'm not even at the comfortable yet. I mean, you know, if I didn't have my fiance, you know, I kind of helped fund us when she was in school, in medical school, and, you know, I was working multiple jobs, all while trying to do YouTube as well. But now it's kind of like my turn where it's like she's getting to support me a little bit. But I'm just like, okay, let me like support, you know, a crew or whatever, potentially, and bring in a comfortable amount of money, and I'm good. Like, obviously, more money will be good, but I'm like, there's a point where I feel like I will be happy. I will consider my goal succeeded, and then I'll just keep going and growing, and obviously anything better is great. Like, that could allow me to do more fun things, more fun stream things, events and short films and music and whatever I want to do, right? But also persisting on the bubbles. These are some badass bubbles. But yeah, not going to be bought out by private equity, who's going to be telling me every little individual instance that I can to milk the most amount of money out of people. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're getting a good amount of health. I just still feel very scared sometimes. Also, this was a flawless. We definitely are not flawless in this. Okay, let's get away. Let's get away. I was being a little aggro. Is narcissism collectivized and industrialized? Okay, let's see. We're nearing the end here. Ability cooldowns reduced, movement speed increased, reload speed. I guess I'll take ability cooldown and anvil as well. Money and numbers have devolved into a source of narcissistic supply. Definitely an interesting way to put it. But that's also like why, going back to like the content creator aspect and my journey with everything, it's like that's why I always want to still be mixing in a little bit of like what I really want to be doing and what maybe viewers really want to be doing on a community game wheel type thing or whatever. Because it's like, yeah, I could literally hyper focus on only what does well. I could kill every single series that doesn't do well, and I have had to do that a little bit more. But it's like I'm still trying to just have fun, have it be about me and the community, and even if it means I won't grow as fast or whatever, you know. It's all about a balance, I think. It's also the hard lesson I've had to learn is you do got to play the game a little bit. Like, as much as I hate to say it, second I started putting in edited intros and captions and things to help retention in the first minute of the video and things like the death counter, I think that just makes things interesting in general, right, with the content. But I started playing the game a little bit. We'll do bouncing on the bubble blast. Started seeing numbers go up on YouTube, you know? Okay, enhancements... Fire aura, ice aura. Is this final boss or is this just an elite? Okay, so we still have one more biome after this. Shop prices are discounted. I guess I'll take fire aura. Health shot, more healing. Magnify. Come on, give me something good. Triple ability could have been okay. More healing. Okay, I think we're going to just enhance. No, I just don't want to ruin the bubbles. There's a lot of things that could ruin the bubbles. I'll take more damage for the health that we have. I think that goes up to 5k now. And even more healing. And a chance to fire triple shot. Okay, that's good enough. Once again, could enhance, but I'll just save money. Ooh, elite on this map can be kind of scary. But I think we've got good damage. It's just there's not a lot of places to run. Okay. The fire bubbles are starting to get pretty crazy, actually. We are just melting these enemies. Let's go. Let's go. Kind of tempted to do a loop 3. I don't know. What do you guys think if we win this? It's been a while since we've done a Club Champions video, so maybe. I'll do more crystals drop. And, okay, more damage based on our health. So this is last biome for loop 2, but I'm kind of debating doing a loop 3. Because we didn't die. This was a first run. Okay, mag shot. Let's go random chest. Glass totem. Okay, got the glass one. We can deal with the other one later. Actually, the other one, what? There we go. I'm gonna lose some max HP. So I lost 238 max HP. Look at all, oh my gosh, wait, the bouncing bubbles from the grenade bubble blast is actually so funny. Look at that in the cave. That's so funny, actually. Okay. Block chance increased. I don't need that, probably. Enemies, don't need that either. Don't need any healing that way. I got a lot of good healing on our damage. Shots do more damage for each shot fired until stopping fire. We could go, you know what, let's turn it into an actual minigun. Let's give it what minigun starts with. Escalating shot. Fire rate reduced by 33%, but increases with each shot fired until we stop firing. And, you know, if we keep getting more ammo, that could be even better. Okay, we'll do speed here. Yeah, these bubbles are getting crazy. I would love more armor. We still have a lot of relic slots. I'd love some of the relics that, one, buff up fire damage, but I think hurt ice damage or whatever. I believe that's the one. That would be really good. Or it hurts something else. I don't know. But we're mainly doing fire, so. Okay, escalating shot. I will definitely XL totem. Economy chest here. Gosh, such a blast, such a banger to be playing this game. Yeah, the even though it's not fire, it kind of looks like fire, but the AoE things that we put down on the ground every time we kill enemies just helps us clear waves so much faster. Also, shout out to the 1 armor we're getting per island if we have no armor. So nice. Okay. What do we got? Shop prices are discounted. Gets better and better the longer we are in the game. I'll do it again. And kind of want, if we're gonna do another loop, I kind of want more money. We'll try that. Because I feel like we're definitely starting to get broken, but I do want a little bit more time to see the fire bubbles flourish. I'd love to put another enhancement or 2 on our main thing. I would love more fire bullets in general. Maybe some more enhancements on the ability bubbles. Though that is, once again, not the biggest highlight. Okay, shops contain 5 more goods for sale. That's a great relic. And lose health. Okay, didn't pay out there besides the little bit of damage we got. Okay, juiced. Ooh, fire strike. So we have fireball and fire strike now. That's hype. I'll take scatter shot. I think scatter shot would actually be really cool. Ability cooldown, sharp shot. I don't really care about fire claws. I will take extra wait a minute, extra use of the ability. I'll grab that a couple times. That's a lot more bubbles we can get from the grenade. 2 armor plates every time we gain armor. I think that would work with our thing. Mag size increased. Enemies take more damage when getting caught on fire. And I guess I'll take 2 fire aura. Good enough. Okay. So this is final boss of Loop 2. This is what determines if we get a prismatic win here. All those bubbles flying up to the ceiling. I don't know why. Is that... Are those my grenades? Wait, why are they flying up? That is not actually a good thing. Why are the bubbles... That's so not good because they're not staying. Why are the what? Why are they flying? I gotta look. Because we did just win. Easy peasy. Fire extra... I don't think bubble shot should be doing that. I can understand why the grenades were doing that. Okay, well, either way, we'll do a loop 3. I'm just curious how a loop 3 is going to look. We did win prismatic, but I know people on YouTube like the 3rd loops. Okay, I got fire strike. Let's get fire explosion. So we can just do a bunch of bubbles and fires that way. And... I don't know. Vampire. I don't really want any of those. But we'll loop-de-loop and pull because our shoes sure as hell are looking cool. Okay, so that was the grenade. But do my normal bubbles... Why are the normal bubbles flying up? Nothing new should have happened, right? Why are the bubbles flying into the air? I actually genuinely don't know. Is it scatter shot? Maybe I try selling scatter. I'm trying to think what is new. I don't think it would have been escalating shot. mag shot, and we'll do twinned enemies, mirrored projectiles, meteor shower. Okay, I got rid of scatter shot. Does that do it? Nope. Oh gosh, I almost just died. I don't know why they're flying up in the air. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments down below. I'm so curious what I did to cause that. Unless I just hadn't noticed that they've been doing that the whole time. We do have a lot better healing than a bit ago. This is a very hard challenge regardless, especially when my bubbles really want to go in the air. So even if we lose this, I will be guaranteed a win, a prismatic win. Okay, what else could be causing it? Because no way persisting caused that. Because it somehow... I don't know, the only other thing it could be was like escalating shot, and I don't think it would have been that. Okay, fire strength. I'll do fire strength up. And fire strength up. We'll do an upgrade. Okay, let's drop escalating shot. The bubbles still just fly up. Why do they fly up? Why? Fire bubbles, they feel the need to fly into the sky. Who am I to tell them otherwise? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, am I gonna die on loop 3? Am I gonna die? No way, no way. Come on. Come on. I'm the time to grind. I will say the build got objectively worse because of the whatever is causing our bubbles to fly into the air. Fire or what the hell could be causing it? I don't know. It's gotta be a bug of some sort. Okay, fighting elite. I don't know if it's like getting confused because I have 2 different bubble abilities. Also, we're now getting 3 armor. Oh gosh, we're gonna die. I think it's just gonna be over. I don't think the build is as good as it used to be. I'm trying. Like I said, if we lose, that's fine. We still get our prismatic. I'm gonna try. Nope, there it is. That's fine because we got a prismatic on the auto rifle for beating loop 2. Let me know if you know what the hell happened to those bubbles. But all that matters here is we have now completed every single prismatic weapon here on the normal side of things. And so I believe we just have 3 more weapons to beat prismatic. The lightning scepter, the blade launcher, and then the minigun. And then we will have prismatic on every single, I believe the 20 weapons here. We'll have to see when the new update comes out. But you know what? Massive fire bubble gun was very fun. Still very curious what happened there at the end. But always a great time playing Crab Champions. So hope y'all enjoyed. And there we go. So love me a good bubble build in Crab Champions. It's always one of my favorite types of upgrades and builds and things like that. And to just focus on a big fire build. I'm still very curious what happened with the bubbles starting to just fly up into the sky. Maybe we would have been able to beat loop 3. If that didn't happen, I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the comments if you know what might have happened. But either way, I just hope you guys enjoyed as much as me. Super excited for the new update. Hoping it comes out soon. Make sure you subscribe or ring that bell like the big boy YouTubers say to be notified when more Crab Champions videos come out. If there are some, they'll be on the screen right next to me. And if you're going to be grinding out some Crab Champions on your own, and I wish you guys luck. I'll see you all next time.